The pioneers traveled to the state capitol for their Texas Leadership Forum to work with elected officials and state agencies to develop solutions to water, economic development, and education issues facing rural Texas. The forum begins on the House floor, where the pioneers learn strategies for building collaboration among state leadership for the benefit of their rural communities.
I want you to think about that chair, how comfortable you're in that chair. You're sitting in that chair with 188,000 people. That's what each member represents. You are servants to all of those people. That's what leadership is about.
Then they participate in workshops with 3 state agencies: the Texas Water Development Board, the Texas Department of Agriculture, and the Texas Education Agency.
I'm working with people in the rural parts of the state, going to meetings, giving presentations, helping with the rule implementation, going into the SWIFT fund.
Well, the legislature, in their wisdom, understood that it's vital that we take care of rural Texas, and it's even more important that we focus on conservation.
In the breakout session with the Texas Water Development Board, the pioneers work with agency staff to prioritize water conservation methods and identify needed water infrastructure projects in their rural communities. The pioneers include examples from their home county about how the drought has impacted them.
It's 97% us, 100% live. And basically today, what we're going to talk to you about is water conservation and native landscape within Schleicher County.
These 3 different conservation projects have the potential to be implemented all over the state. You can have, like Adrian was talking about, you can implement education awareness in all the school districts in Houston, and all of these ideas can be used anywhere in the state of Texas, and they're all a viable way to help save Texas water with the amount of money that we have set aside for conservation in the SWIFT fund.
Pioneers then work with staff from the Texas Department of Agriculture to define the attributes of rural communities that enhance and detract from local economic development. They include examples for how to most effectively market their rural community.
My name is Brian Day. I'm the Chief Administrator for Trade and Business Development at TDA. That's all I need to know right there about rural economic or community development. Everything I need to know I learned in 4 years of high school, and it's this: you can stand around and look cool. You will look cool, and you will contribute nothing to what's going on. You can do a little bit, you can contribute a little bit, but what I say, you're generally just going to be in the way of other people trying to do real things. Or you can go out there and you can swap some ideas and you can learn about some things that will benefit your community from other people, and you'll bring those home. That's what we do every day.
Finally, the pioneers in the Texas Education Agency work together to develop programs that address their schools, such as dropout prevention, early education, and more effective use of technology.
You've got breakout rooms, you've got motivated people to help you, and then what's going to be most important is when we hear you tell us about the decisions you made and why, and how you're going to roll that money out. We're taking notes because those are things that can help us both when we're in session next year and in between sessions when we're trying to decide how to spend some of our money.
At the conclusion of each workshop, the pioneers present the proposals to the state agency in small groups.
I'm Tiffany Contreras from Cotulla, Texas, and speaking of technology, in order to keep kids interested in higher level grades, we were thinking, okay, schools can choose to implement online classes, and with these online classes, they already have all the materials necessary to continue on with their schoolwork, and it's a much easier way to keep schools and kids intertwined because there's certain servers that keep the children and the teachers connected. So those were our ideas to keep the older kids implemented with this project, not just younger children.
Through the Texas Leadership Forum, the pioneers are working with state elected officials and agencies to develop solutions to critical problems facing rural Texas.